The United Nations Security Council is expected to begin discussions on the historic bid for Palestinian statehood on Monday. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas submitted a formal application yesterday, and Palestinians celebrated the news and clashed with Israeli forces. CBS News correspondent Mark Phillips is in Ramallah in the West Bank. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Russ. Well, it's a relatively quiet morning after what's been a very tumultuous week in Middle Eastern politics. Quiet if you don't count the dismantling of the stage here in the center of Ramallah, where large crowds had gathered to watch the Mahmoud Abbas speech. And both sides are declaring victory of a sort. For Mahmoud Abbas and for the Palestinians, his declaration of statehood, or the demand for statehood, in the face of very stiff arm twisting on part of the Americans and the Europeans and the Israelis, was greeted as very much a victory, that the Palestinians now had their demand on the table and that they were now controlling at least diplomatic events. Across the line in Israel, they are declaring victory as well for Netanyahu, the prime minister, who made his own appeal to the United Nations that negotiations had to precede any declaration of statehood on the part of the Palestinians. Each of the leaders speaking to their own constituency. There was some trouble, as you say, in the occupied territories where settlers and Palestinian villagers clashed and where the Israeli army moved in fact, killing one man in one confrontation. That is an ominous sign, and the hope across the region right now is that that does not lead to a new wave of violence. Rush?
Mark, from what you're hearing on the street, what are people saying? Where do they go from here?
Well, everybody would like to know the answer of where it goes from here. The essential problems still remain despite all of the diplomacy. The Palestinians are still saying they want statehood, following which they'll negotiate on the various modalities, including, of course, borders and all of the other issues. The Israelis are saying negotiations first, statehood later, and the essential question, settlements, Jerusalem, right of return, all of the major problems are still there, and now there's the additional problem of this statehood issue. Russ?
Okay. Mark Phillips in the West Bank. Thank you so much.